Check. Oh, there we go. I don't know why communications versus default is different. Okay, here we go. Hi. Am I back? Is it working now?
Check. There we go.
Yeah. Okay.
Cool.
Thank you. Okay, I had it on the wrong microphone setting. I don't know why communications is a different setting than default, but here we go. Here we go. Okay. Hi, I'm back. Hi, Casey. Welcome back. I'm very happy to be back on Today's Weather Tonight. I'm going to trim off the first 5 minutes of this because I couldn't really be heard. Yeah, I've been gone for 2 months, but I am happy to be back. Now, I don't know what time of day I'll be able to do my broadcasts. Things are still up in the air about whether or not I'll be able to set up my studio at my new place that I'm living, but I will be able to come back to this current studio setup when I need to do a broadcast. So, main thing I want to talk about is that we've got this area of water vapor kind of blowing up here in this little spirally a Trinity symbol, like a 3-pronged spiral right here, popping up off the coast of Central America. This area is it's forecast to develop into Tropical Storm Helene. And this area in the main development region is expected to turn into Tropical Storm Isaac within maybe 2 weeks. Helene should be developing. This should be a named storm by the end of the week because it's looking pretty strong. And this up here is the remnants of Gordon, Tropical Storm Gordon, that we just got rid of. I was looking at the water vapor here on null Earth. It's looking really saturated. So we've got a lot to work with. We've got a lot of materials to work with here. We got a lot of water materials to work with here. Let's go now to some weather headlines that, I'm not going to be able to go over every weather headline that I missed since July. But there have been some magnitude 6 earthquakes. There have been some, the Iceland volcano erupted again. We also had several X-class flares and large coronal mass ejections. I was also on a slight mental health break. I'm glad that we're both back. I was drying out, so as they say. I now have 70 days sober, so I am here for you completely 100% for the weather. What was I saying? Oh yeah, let's look at these headlines these are just recent headlines. We had NASA spots mysterious luminous shapes wandering in Earth's atmosphere. That's exciting because I was already talking about the interesting X and C shape patterns in the ionosphere, as noted by Gold, before I left. And now there's even more headlines about it. That's pretty exciting, confirming all of the observers' observations, notes. People have been noting this for a while, so it's good to see that we're still talking about it. This is that lower level atmospheric changes and outer space interplanetary weather changes seem to be having an effect on the ionosphere, just the way you would expect it to, as above, so below, and so below as above. Let's see. Oh, that's not what I wanted to click on. I wanted to click on this. Currently there's a part of Japan that's flooding on September 21st. They've gotten a lot of rain over there right now. So we've got quite a bit of flooding going on. There are roads turning into rivers. Uh, Many people affected by this terrible flooding. It's not nearly as bad as there's also flooding going on in Ukraine right now and in lots of places in, oh yeah, the Noto region of Japan. That's the area where we had all those earthquakes earlier in the year. And that's what I was expecting was Budapest braces for peak of flooding as the Danube rises. So the blue Danube is not so blue right now. It is. Look at that. The ticket office is underwater. We've got flooding in Europe and uh, Japan right now. And in Africa, it is snowing on September 21st. We got snow in South Africa. So this is actually significant snow. They don't usually get this much, even though they are moving out of their winter season into their spring season in the southern hemisphere. This is pretty significantly more than they're used to getting in South Africa. So it's not really known what the impacts of this snowing are going to be yet. Now, let me make sure that I'm not missing the flares are a lot. Oh, awesome. Congratulations. Yay. That's really admirable. Congratulations on 10 years sober, Casey. That's really, really cool. Hopefully I'll be there in 10 years. Yeah, these flares are a lot. So let's go check out our solar weather. Currently, we don't have any notable solar weather going on. Oh, sorry, that's my phone. I am very excited to, finally have a sober date of July 15th, 2024. And I even stamped it on a keychain so that I'm motivated to not mess it up. I elected that date astrologically, kind of, because that was the day that Mars passed over my natal sun and Mercury in Taurus. Okay, that's our most recent coronal mass ejection. Let's take a look at latest CMEs. No, real-time solar weather. Sorry, guys, I'm rusty. This is my first time back. Okay, we had an X 4.5 solar flare with a fast CME on September 14th. That was right before, that was at my 60 days sober date. And we've got the Earth facing disk. We've got a similar shape, that like spirally druid spiral triangle circle thing. Do I have anything to draw on right now? Do I have a drawing feature on any of this? No, I'm just going to draw it here. It's got a, okay. Draw this for you. Nope, that's not that marker doesn't work, but it does sound good, doesn't it? Nice sounding. Okay, this is the symbol I'm talking about. Let me make sure my white balance shows you. This is the symbol I keep seeing in the sun and the weather today. This little sigil of, I can't remember what this is called. It's some sort of druidic thing. Anyway, you can see that pretty clearly in our sun's surface today. And you saw that in the shape of the water vapor, the total precipitable water concentration off the Yucatan Peninsula today. So that's an interesting little synchronicity, reflection. I don't know what to say. A Sharingan eye. What is that? I'll look that up. Oh, Naruto. Okay. I don't know anything about Naruto. A little bit, not very much, but I'm sure that was based on the thing I'm talking about. September 12th felt like a lot going on cosmically. My birthday was horrible. I'm sorry you had a horrible birthday. It was a really hard day, but you're through it now. We're in Libra season. It's the first day of Libra season, and we're on the fall equinox today. Today is the official fall equinox, the autumnal equinox. So that is when the Earth is perfectly evenly lined up when it comes to being tilted towards or away from the sun. So we're getting dead on perpendicular at the equator equinox. Light from the sun shouldn't cast a shadow at noon on the equator today, that kind of thing. We're like in the middle of going from the northern hemisphere tilting towards the sun to the northern hemisphere tilting away from the sun based on the orientation of the Earth's axis that it spins on with respect to the sun. So, yeah, it's the equinox. Let's see. I've missed quite a bit. Last week around Casey's birthday, around September 12th, 13th, 14th, we had some significant activity from the sun. I didn't bring up, let's see if I've got an activity archive. Yeah, okay, so here on the 12th, we had a KP, we reached a KP of 7. That was pretty significant. Quiet to unsettled levels. Let's go back to the 12th was really when we peaked on this KP index. I thought that we got to a 8-, but it looks like this only reports that we got to a 7. Back in August, we had a couple days. Okay, August 12th and August 4th, we had KP 7 and a KP 8. So we had some significant activity those days. And that included that M flare. Let's see, when was our X flare? That was the 14th was when it arrived, right? Yes, there we go. X 1.3 was launched on the 12th. And that was from region 3814. We had, oh wait, did I have a video of that? Do I have an image? Not very well. Okay, yes. There's the image of the solar flare that was unleashed on September 12th. So that's the culprit. It's that on the edge of the sun when it's just tilting away from Earth. That's when it seems to be launching these big ones. Let's see. Yeah, pretty high solar wind speed and interplanetary magnetic field strength. I'm sure that places saw great aurora. I missed it. I didn't. So while I was in treatment, I couldn't go on the computer or the phone. But sometimes if I got to go in like a treatment coordinator's office, I would briefly see like their homepage like this. And oh, look at that. Sunspot AR 3738. This is they're talking about that X 1.2. Are they listening to me? I don't know. Are you listening to me? Maybe. This is a great video of it though. I could only see like people's homepages occasionally, and sometimes I would see headlines about aurora, and that's how I knew I was missing some big geomagnetic storms, because they only make aurora headlines when we're forecast to watch for like a G3 or G4. So I knew that at least the forecasts were really high. Um, yes, Virgo season was interesting. I'm celebrating the equinox today, cleaning space for, ooh, I like that. Cleaning and clearing space for the abundance. I feel like I'm the solar flare that was unleashed. Everything I touched was negatively affected. I'm sorry you felt that way, Casey, but sometimes, you know, we have to be the destroying angel, cleaning and clearing, and Virgo negativity and tendency for criticism is necessary when we are cleaning and clearing out our spaces, because you have to be able to be negative and say, no, this thing has to go. Sometimes that's how you can be a positive force in the world, is touching some things negatively. So it hurts to be the thing that touches things negatively, but especially if you're, super sensitive. But I have a feeling that this was all for the greatest good. I'm sorry it hurts though. We just missed a new earthquake. Where's that one? 2.2. We just had a 2.2 up here in Washington at the bend in a river. This is 2.2 at 7 kilometers depth. 12 kilometers southeast of Desert Air, Washington, on the Columbia River, right near Saddle Mountain Wildlife Refuge in the Rattlesnake Hills. Oh, also near the Yakima Firing Center. What is that? I don't know. It's the universe doing for me what I was not doing for myself. The universe has a funny way of doing that for you when you can't do it for yourself. I hate it sometimes, but I love it because it means I can't accidentally miss what is for me. What is for me will not miss me. Let's go. I hate that this didn't play in the background. Here's the solar flare that helped unleash all of that energy, though. Look at that X. I like how on X flares, it literally does a lens flare so strong that it looks like a big X on the screen. Oh yes, and of course I went to treatment, so I picked up vaping again. Obviously, that's just what you do when you can't drink or do drugs. You just vape incessantly. Apparently, that's what everyone does. Yeah, I knew this intuitively, but NASA has detected a planet-wide electric field surrounding Earth. The Earth has an aura? Oh, wow. Big shocker. Any planet with an atmosphere should have an ambipolar field. Now we finally measured it. We can begin learning how it's shaped our planet as well as others over time. That's pretty cool. Oh, right. That brings me to another headline. We're going to not a new moon, but a second moon. Let's see. Is that on here? September 14th is when we got that X 4.5, and that was on the blooming, arriving side of the sun. Sorry if I'm a bit scatterbrained. I'm not on ADHD medicine anymore, or I'm on Strattera, which functions differently than other ones, the ones I was used to. So bear with me as I get used to a new brain. We've got a lot of things going on here, up here. I was talking about the second moon. A mini moon will be visible. I wanted to look at, more reputable source than just MSN. Yeah, so we got a near Earth asteroid is going to come into the gravitational field of the Earth pretty soon here. It's 2024 PT5. This is a mini moon event, and this will be forthcoming gravitational capture. Oh my gosh, so many pop-ups on this. We routinely monitor for these objects, and we just discovered that we're going to get a second moon. So for September to October, we're going to have a second moon. That's really exciting. Yeah, this is a window shopper. It isn't going to really link into our gravitational field enough to be the moon, but or come into contact with the moon. It'll be just okay. Yeah, temporarily bound to Earth, short captures. The cause of the ejection of these objects from around the Earth are gravitational disturbances caused by the sun. Once it has fulfilled its role as a mini-moon, it will return to a sun-centered orbit, remaining part of the Arjuna asteroid belt. It won't be visible to a majority of skywatchers because the object is too small and dim for amateur telescopes, but it is within the range of scopes used by astronomers, so they'll be able to see it. About 30 inches telescope and a human, at least 30-inch plus a CCD or CMOS detector will be needed to observe the object. So we're not going to see a second moon up there, but there will be another satellite of Earth coming up. So that's pretty incredible. I'm not sure, like, it feels like, a lot of political things that seemed impossible happened while I was gone. A lot of space weather things that seemed impossible happened while I was gone. I really do think that working on myself has activated some certain types of timelines that we're on now. We're in it. You have also been doing the work to activate the timeline we're on too. So it's not just me. We're all equally in control of choosing to be on the timeline where this crazy stuff happens. Oh yeah, like last Tuesday, the KP index reached a 8 minus, and the solar proton flux went way up. And that was during relatively calm geomagnetic conditions. So quite an interesting occurrence there. Okay, I haven't talked too much about our earthquakes yet. Let's see. We've got 3s spreading throughout Mexico, a 5.1 today in is that Guatemala? El Salvador, right off the coast of El Salvador. Let's see what else. We've got a 4.3 here in Colombia, a 4.2 in Dominican Republic, and 4s and 5s here in Chile and Argentina. This is where we had a 6 earlier in the month, 5.4 and a 5.3 here off the coast of Chile. And I've got like some pretty simple graphics up today. I just have a tiny earthquake 3D in the corner, so please forgive me for not getting too intricate with today's broadcast. I just needed to get back in the swing of getting online so that I didn't completely give up on my passion project here. Still not really sure. I'm living in a sober living right now. Still not really sure if I'm going to be able to bring this streaming setup there. I do have a lot, but for go back, I don't think I'm gonna be able to bring a computer base, and I'll be there for a couple months. So, oh, don't you dare give up. Yeah. I won't give up. I'm not going to give up on us on this broadcast. We're doing great things here, and I love you guys. I missed you. I missed you a lot. So I'm glad that we're back reunited again. Oh, I was talking about earthquakes. 3.9 in Hawaii. I'm only looking at some higher end quakes right now, just about anything above 3 at the moment showing up. 4.8 here in the Caucasus, 4.2 there near is that the Caspian Sea? The Black Sea? Eastern Caucasus, it doesn't say. Let's see. And we even had some 4s here in a 4.6. That was in the Northwest Balkan region, according to the Russian Academy for Sciences. So whatever country they think that is, they think it's just the Balkans. We got a 4.3 here in Lalas, Greece. I had a friend that was their last name in high school. Maybe they were secretly Greek. And this last 4.3 is coming from up north in Greece. That would be in Karayeas. I don't know, somewhere up in the Aegean Sea near Thessalonica. Let's see. Let me see if I can get our flood stages up. Oh, I'm breaking up. I'm sorry. That might be because I'm streaming from a Wi-Fi connection that somebody else is also watching me from, so it might be going in and out. I was having some internet connectivity issues earlier in the day. So I'm going to try to make this short. Let's see. Oh, what was I going to do? I want to check on the flood stage of, let's do our international flood stages. Volcanoes, let's look at, oh no, that's not what I wanted to do for volcanoes. I haven't looked at volcanic activity recently. Let's do, how do I okay. Ibu, Lewitobi, Samiru, Ducono, Popo, Santiaguito. All of our regular players are pretty active right now. Let's see what this said about Kilauea on the 20th. This is the image of Samiru. Nice to put a name to the face to the name. Oh, this is in Hawaii. Kilauea, the effusive eruption at the volcano continues. So we have Kilauea finally erupting. That's another thing that happened. Lava fountains generating from the fissure vent on the hill above the Nepal crater sent lava towards the northwestern part of the crater. Oh, that's so exciting. Let's see. Current activity, showing it right there. Halema'uama'u. Oh, look at that beautiful flow from the eruptive fissure. We also missed another big eruption in Iceland. Let's see, activity happened. Right after all activity happened as a result of the solar weather. So then we have our volcanic activity, and that also goes with seismic activity. So cool synchronicities all the way around. Where's my flood data? Flood awareness monitoring system. Oh, I have to log in again. Don't you dare try to guess my password just from seeing a number of dots. Okay. So, Global Flood Awareness System is showing us where we are anticipated to get more rain or are currently dealing with a flood stage. Let's see. Oh, this is zooming in and out so too rapidly. Let's see, Japan. This is where we're dealing with that flooding in the Noto Peninsula. And north of it, that is some pretty heavy flood stages there. Got flood stages tracking through to Russia, China border right here. Also throughout the Himalayas. And here you can see this would be flood levels of precipitation in South Africa if it weren't frozen precipitation. West Africa, too, also dealing with increased rainfall. And everything in the main development region of the Atlantic is also dealing with some anticipated rainfall. So these are the areas that are flooding in the world right now. Just on that Guerrero coast of Mexico, we're looking really, really high. Alert level high. Yeah. They're getting out of it. I mean, we're anticipated to get pretty high up there, a 20-year high discharge level. So looking a little rough. Down on the southern coast, Pacific coast of Mexico right there. Looks like the worst spot to be right now. Okay. What else am I going to talk about? Let's see what our magnetosphere looks like. I'm just so all over the place with this broadcast, but I got a new brain. Oh, I'm glad that you can take care of your kids. Have a lovely outdoor time. See what our magnetosphere looks like right now. Look at that is the little out its little ripples. It's beautiful. Wow. Very, very not dense around the Earth right now. It looks like maybe we have had some plasma density knocked out or compressed into very tight around the Earth so that the larger plane is showing really low density. We don't have a very good contact lens of density in front of this right now. As it gets closer to the current time. Yeah, weirdly way open to solar radiation at the moment. And it's forming up again quite nicely. But yeah, we had a little bit of our defenses down. Lowered our shield there for a second, right at the precise equinox today. And taking a look at our pressure, we got really low pressure, which makes sense with all that high density to low density. As we get into the low density area, the pressure is super, super low. Really interesting with that the magnetosphere velocity being pretty neutral there. Let's see. I've talked about volcanoes, earthquakes, our weather, space weather. Let's take a look now at our Schumann resonances. Oh no. What have I got to learn? Whoa, look at those updates. Schumann observation system is that we've got some pretty high values in the first increase in this isn't showing me what I want. 9, 8, 5, 6, 7. Why is this only on the 7th? Why is this only showing me September 7th and forward? That's weird. Let's see if the Heart Math Institute can show me anything. Yeah, Schumann resonance power dipped on Thursday and Friday, and it's going back up today. Let's look at the spectrogram calendar. If that's going to show us anything. Beautiful, beautiful. And looking pretty strong at everywhere. Every one of the first 4 modes at all locations of the GCI monitoring. Now let's take a look at our planetary weather, because I haven't gotten to take a look at our astrology in a while. We are back in Pluto in Capricorn, retrograding in Capricorn right now at 29 degrees. Remember, that's where we've been from 2020 onwards, really. We've got Saturn in Pisces retrograde at 14 degrees. That's making a square to Jupiter in Gemini at 20 degrees with forward motion. Today, we've got a Gemini moon. And the sun has just ingressed into Libra. So we've got a just over 2/3 of the way full, 2/3 of the way to a new moon. We're in that waning balsamic phase. No, not quite balsamic. Waning something phase of the moon. We've got Mars in Cancer at 10 degrees. Mars is in detriment in Cancer, but that means that it's fiercely protective and aggressively comforting and nurturing. So it's not necessarily a bad placement. It is just not Mars's strongest sign. It's just where Mars acts the least Marsy. And speaking of Mars, we've got Venus in Libra on her last degree, making a square to Pluto in Capricorn. So expect some tension between Pluto and Venus. Venus is justice-oriented, Libran, very noble and justice cause-oriented, the action of doing Venusian equality type things, coming into conflict with Pluto in Capricorn at 29 degrees, being kind of a materialistic, patriarchal kind of energy. Expect the high-minded, noble value system to come into conflict with the material structure of power. That being said, we also have Mercury in Virgo, and that is Mercury is the ruler of Virgo. Venus is the ruler of Libra. So those are happy campers right there. Except for the fact that Mercury is moving into an opposition with Neptune in Pisces. That's the modern day ruler of Pisces, other than Jupiter, which it's in contrast with there. That's the traditional ruler. And we've still got Capricorn. We've still got Chiron at 22 degrees Aries. Our eclipse node at north node at 6 degrees of Aries. Oh, I forgot we had a lunar eclipse last week. So on the 17th, we had a lunar eclipse in Libra. That was like the last moon that we're coming off of. That it was really actually in Pisces. I'm sorry, I misspoke. That was really a sun in Virgo, moon in Pisces eclipse. Let me there. Okay, September 15th. Let's go forward 2 days. 17th. Okay, there's the eclipse. It was roughly an eclipse because it wasn't exactly on the node. It was about 20 degrees away. That's 9, 7. That's 16 degrees away from the node, but it was the corresponding lunation to our eclipse that we got back in March. Was it March? April of this year. April 20th is when we had that big solar eclipse, that Great American Solar Eclipse. Then let's go forward 2 weeks and we will see the next lunation of one day. We get this new moon. That is actually going to be more of a proper eclipse because it will be a solar eclipse of Libra. That last one was kind of a partial lunar eclipse in Pisces. This is a solar eclipse in Libra, so expect more justice-oriented things to be going on. It's October 2nd, as we are marching towards October 2nd in 1 week. Let's go back to today, current moment. We're in a sun day and a sun hour. We were just in a Mars hour. And we've got sun trine moon, sun conjunct Mercury, sun trine Pluto. We've got an exact, Pluto square Venus, not the funnest aspect. All of these sticking out and looking like a potential grand Earth trine as Mercury in Virgo moves into the later degrees of Virgo. We're going to have a 29 degree Pluto, 27 degree Uranus, and 28 degree Mercury, all moving forward, all making a big grand Earth trine here. So those will also be setting up a kite formation with Neptune in Pisces at 28 degrees. So we're moving more closer and closer into that exact formation. The sun was just making that aspect, and now Mercury is going to make that aspect. So anything that came up in your identity, ego, soul lately with highlighting your sun stuff, your purpose, your soul's essence, and your identity, character creation, purpose in this lifetime, sun related things, we're probably going to be able to verbalize them better as Mercury moves into the last few degrees of Virgo. We're going to learn what to shed and what to keep, what to get rid of, and what to save for the future. So that's a really interesting aspect to have when it comes to Mars in Cancer and Jupiter in Gemini, that feels to me like we're going to do some cleaning of house and giving away of our objects to friends, family, community. Maybe I'm just projecting because I know that I need to do some house cleaning and give away all my stuff. Not all my stuff, but like I need to give away what's not absolutely necessary for me to keep. I need to let go of the hoarding instinct. So I think that is Mars in Cancer is that hoarding instinct, but Gemini, Jupiter could give me a little bit of a boost towards letting items recirculate back into the community. Okay. So that has been a pretty good update. I'd say a pretty good update. That's been my update for the evening. I am gonna go because I am now somebody who goes to meetings, and I need to go to one today. So I will finish up here, get my shit together, and hopefully see you tomorrow. For today's weather tonight, I've been Cloud Hudson. Take care of yourselves and each other. I love you very much. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.